relax, be cool. Cause if you don't, you'll act like a fool, so be cool.
Hey everybody, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. Okay, so Minecraft, a 2011 video game published by Mojang Studios in Sweden. Players are given a vast setting to essentially build whatever they want. Buildings, tools, weapons to fight enemies with, and the community in the decade plus since its inception have gone hog wild with some incredible constructs. To say this game is a hit would be a monumental understatement. To call it a success is like calling a great white shark a fish. Minecraft is the most financially successful video game of all time, with over 300 million copies sold across pretty much every video game console under the sun. And before you ask, no, I've never played it. I missed that train when it rolled by, and I still miss it to this day. I think I tried playing it for about 5 minutes before giving up. Couldn't tell you why. Maybe I wanted to watch some naughty videos online, who knows? Emma Rosie takes priority. But enough about my high-class tastes in XXX internet content. Let's talk about this kids movie. Believe it or not, a film adaptation has been in the works since 2014. Yeah, this production has some history behind it. Even before the movie started production, there have been pitches for a short film that the video game creators shut down, a TV series, so there's been folks who smelled the multimedia potential. And if you want to laugh, back in 2014, they thought this bigger budget film would be released in 2018. That's foreboding. Sean Levy was attached to direct back in the day, but left the production not long after coming aboard and would never direct another successful movie ever again. Everyone feels sorry for this failure of a director. Well, to put it mildly, the drama unfolded over the years. In 2015, Rob McElhenney was set to direct and Steve Carell was set to voice an unknown character. I assume Jack Black's character, and was set for a 2019 release. Not looking good still. In 2016, McElhenney left the production. A new director wouldn't be announced until 2019, which would end up being Peter Sollett, who would not only direct, but would write the flick too, and was projected for a 2022 release date. This is getting ridiculous, bro. Yup, COVID happened, and in 2022, Sollett left the production as well. The film would ultimately settle on Jared Hess as the director, co-producer, and would rewrite the script. This poor screenplay. But at least the filmmakers knew what they were doing, saying that they were excited to make a fun, ridiculous movie. Fair enough. I don't think anyone was looking at Minecraft and expecting the new generation Schindler's List. But as far as I can tell, the drama ends about here. Again, I never played the games. I saw the trailer and I was like, this looks dumb. But now the question is it enjoyably dumb? I guess now it's time to pass judgment. This is my honest opinion of a Minecraft movie. A group of down-and-outs managed to discover a pair of mythical items, the Orb of Dominance and the Earth Crystal. And when combined, they discover the fantasy, creatively driven world known as the Overworld. However, in the evil, creativeless world called the Nether, lies its villainous piglin ruler, Malgosia, voiced by Rachel House, who sees the Overworld as a conquest and wants to destroy its creativity. However, she can't send her horde through without the orb and crystal, and sends her minions after the group of misfits. Their only salvation to make sense of this world is Master Builder Steve, played by Jack Black.
Teleport you to wherever you throw it.
Yeah, right.
And that was the only one I had.
This was just the right amount of silly. I can definitely see this being popular amongst kids. And if my theater was any indication, of which there were a couple of light Minecraft cosplayers, then hyper mega fans will definitely enjoy this as well. Though I cannot promise that everybody will enjoy this. I assume if you think about it too much, it will fry your brain. But as someone who's never played the game, who knows nothing about it, went into this having zero expectations, I kind of left the theater having way more fun than I thought I'd have. The film's tone is practically set up for you right at the beginning, with Jack Black narrating his own character's life story. How he got to the overworld, meeting Malgosia, and his imprisonment in the Nether, basically with all the hyper-enthusiasm that makes him so beloved and works to his advantage here. He got me kinda hyped as he explores the overworld, building things, befriending a blocky wolf that he names Dennis. It's an adrenaline rush to be sure. If you're anything like me and you weren't sure how to feel about the blocky world you'd be thrust into, well, I can't say it's worse than Snow White. Yes, I'm taking another jab at the movie. I hated it. And I will keep jabbing at it until it's a cliche. Probably won't be long now. The point is, I acclimated. While there are some jarring character designs like the villagers, they just barely miss out on veering into the uncanny valley. Actually, only one specific villager felt out of place, which is the lone villager that sneaks into the real world after the four misfits come into his. He has a whole subplot where he becomes Jennifer Coolidge's love interest. Yeah, this is one of the few times where the movie's comedy fell short for me. Dude, I love Coolidge as much as the next person, but her appearances in everything is about as grating as seeing Pedro Pascal. Also, there's something distorted about seeing real characters in a fantastical setting somewhat reacting realistically, but then cutting to a fantastical character getting a completely unrealistic reaction from literally everyone around them. It feels inconsistent and unnecessary. Now let's talk about the misfit characters. You have the two kids, siblings Natalie and Henry, respectively played by Emma Myers and Sebastian Hansen. Their mother just passed away, now it's up to Natalie to take care of Henry. While Natalie is trying to be the responsible adult working at a factory as the company's social media girl, Henry's super genius antics causes problems. Like, he tries to build a jetpack, says it's really easy, almost does it, but then some bullies sabotage it and flies off, destroying the mascot statue of the factory that Natalie works at. Okay, first off, why would you want to sabotage a real, functioning jetpack? What kind of dumbass bullies are these? Anyway, their characters are fine for what they are. Henry obviously being the kid who can easily pick up gaming mechanics and develops a real knack for surviving in the overworld. Whereas Natalie is the struggling gamer who has no idea how things work. She even comments on this when she tries to craft a boat, but fails. That was pretty funny. But it's hard to deny that it's predictable what their arcs are. Henry learns to tame his creative edge or apply it in a more constructive way, and Natalie just accepts him, I guess. They're not the most original characters in the world, what can I say? Then there's Garrett, played by Jason Momoa. In his youth, Garrett was a celebrated champion of a particular fictional game, but has since lost his popularity in the present day. He owns a video game store, but doesn't make enough money to keep it open for long. He first meets Henry, who checks out his store and strikes up a weird rapport. After Henry blows up the mascot at the factory, Garrett picks up Henry from school posing as his uncle. They get whisked away to the overworld and learns that he can save his store by nabbing some diamonds on their journey. Momoa is, as always, a fun dude to watch on screen. He acts all big and bad, bragging about his accomplishments of yesteryear, but clearly is aware of his misfortunes, which is what leads him to cause problems for the group. This isn't the perfect utilization of him being the foil, though. Okay, bear with me here. So, the big quest that the group faces is that they can't go home through the portal they came in from. This is because the Orb of Dominance has to be combined with the Earth Crystal to create the portal. The crystal is destroyed, so they need a new one, which can be found in the Woodland Mansion. However, Garrett learns that there's diamonds in this one special mine. He wants them to help pay off his debts. Thing is, to go there is a bit out of their way from their true destination of the mansion, but doesn't tell Henry this as he's separated from his sister. Alright, so I don't have a problem with this plot beat on its own, but the script makes it seem like that if they go get these diamonds, it's gonna cost them precious time. But nothing in this adventure ever mentions that anything they do is time sensitive or going to this mine will cost them in any way. Strange. About the only thing it truly serves is to fracture the friendship that was cultivated between Henry and Garrett. It felt like padding or unnecessary drama. Either way, needed more development. Finally, there's Dawn, played by Danielle Brooks. She exists. She's definitely there, on screen, doing stuff. Okay, her whole thing is that she welcomed Natalie and Henry when they first moved into town. She has a mobile zoo or something. I don't know, dude. For all I know, they added her because of DEI reasons. I don't care. She's not all that interesting. And then there's the golden boy, Tenacious D, Poe the Panda. The guy who put Joaquin Phoenix in a wheelchair. That's an obscure reference, yes, to Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot. Great indie movie. Check it out wherever you can. Anyway, Jack Black is always charismatic, though similar to Chris Pratt, his charisma can only be recycled so many times before it loses its flavor. But I think this is Jack at his most jackiest. He's technically from the real world who always wanted to go into the mines as a kid? I don't know. I don't think he actually knows about Overworld and he just happened to get real freaking lucky that a world of pure imagination existed in the deep reaches. But as a kid, he never got there. Until he became Jack Black. He lived footloose and fancy-free, taming Dennis, and eventually discovered the Nether and the Piglins. He gets captured, sends Dennis to the real world with the orb and crystal for safekeeping from Malgosia. But once the four misfits enter the picture, Steve is released under the promise that he'll bring it back to her. Why she believes that, I have no idea. But it works, and Steve spends the rest of the movie helping the heroes. He's pretty much the hype machine for the adventure, though I do have to say, anytime he and Momoa share screen time is an utter treat. I mean, two big and celebrated personalities like them, one super energetic and the other laid back and chill, their chemistry is the real star of the movie. Finally is the villain Malgosia. Honestly, pretty bland. She has a tragic backstory, I loosely say tragic, that explains why she hates creativity. It's shallow and lame, so nothing really to connect with. And beyond that, just trying to conquer the overworld. Plain and simple. Though there is truly a hilarious gag at the end. I couldn't even explain why, it just killed me. Are there any other negatives that I haven't already mentioned that might be worth mentioning? I don't think so. Again, if I thought about what I was watching, I'm pretty sure I would go crazy with how stupid everything was. But honestly, I felt like a grandpa who didn't really understand what was getting his grandkids so excited, but his energy was just so infectious that I was just kind of feeding off of it. I didn't care. I was just happy that he was having fun. That's how I felt about this movie. It just looked like everyone working on it was having fun. So is it a good movie? Probably not. I don't know. I don't know anything about Minecraft, but was I at least entertained by the inane nonsense? Yes. Is that a recommendation? Viewer beware is what I'm going to say to casual moviegoers. I mean, if you've got kids who are hyper fans of this movie, then absolutely go take them to see this. They'll definitely have a blast. This is definitely the kind of movie I think I would have gone crazy for as a kid, so take that for what you will. My honest rating for a Minecraft movie, a 4 out of 5.
This place makes no sense.
Don't I know it?
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Hit that like or dislike button. All engagement is welcomed. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. And as always, have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there, and hope to see you soon.
You don't take time to sleep, eat, or drink, but just remember that it's later than you think. So be cool, just relax. So be cool, face facts.